Hi design class. I'm going to talk a little bit about materials that you'll be using in this class. So I have pencils, mechanical pencils, and then I have hard pencils indicated by the letter H, and that means that they are hard and light, so they're not very bold and smudgy. So they're great for drawing templates, guidelines, and lines that you will eventually be erasing. Then, of course, you're going to need a eraser, hopefully a rubber eraser. It's better than a plastic eraser. It will erase cleanly. You'll definitely need some technical pens. So here I am using the Pigma brand Micron ink pens, and they're archival ink. That means that they will not fade over time. When it's just normal ink, it does fade over time. Things like Sharpies and other pens. This one in particular is also permanent, so they're really great for long-lasting pieces. They also come in different widths. So here I have 01. They range from 005, which is really, really tiny, but very fragile, all the way to 08, which is really thick. And then it gets into larger pieces like brush pens, as well as felt tip pens. And if you use them with acid-free paper, that means the paper will also not yellow over time and everything will last for a very long time. Some other pens that I like to use are these Pentel Art Hybrid Technica pens. They are really pretty, and they also come in various sizes, various widths. The only drawback is that they are not permanent and they are not archival ink. So they will fade over time, but that's totally fine. They're really great for practicing and creating work that you don't really care if it lasts for years. So they're a little bit cheaper and a great alternative to use. Now I'm going to show you how to use these Micron pens and what they look like. So like I said, there are a variety of widths. Here I am showing 01, 05, 08, and a brush pen. Now you may have different sizes, so what I want you to do is just draw a few shapes and a few lines to see the differences between them. But you should definitely see a little bit of difference between them and a significant difference between the ones with a hard tip and the one that may be like a brush pen or something like that. So here you can see that I'm using the brush pen to do some fill-ins. Of course, this brush pen is quite old and I need to order another one. But when it's new, it's really nice ink. And you can use it to fill in areas completely with ink. Now, you can't really fill in like super large areas like a whole sheet of paper, but smaller areas is fine. An important thing to remember though is never to mix brands, because some black inks can be more cool toned and some can be warm toned, so you have to make sure that they match exactly. Here is the pencil that I was talking about. So this is a 4H and they range in a lot of different numbers, 2H, 3H, 4H, 5, 6, all the way to 8. And here I am using a 4H to draw lines that I can very easily erase at the end of the project or whenever I'm done. The trick to drawing light lines is never to hold your pencil like this way in the front, but hold it a couple of inches back so your hand is a little bit lighter and a lot looser. Now when you draw with your pencil held all the way close and pressing hard, your line will be very dark, and then if you hold it a little bit away, it should be just light enough for you to see so that you can use it as guidelines for other things, like using markers and things like that. And here I am trying to erase that first line that was really hard, and you can still see that it's hard to erase. The second line was drawn really lightly and super easy to erase. It's almost like it was never there before. So make sure you hold your pencil from a distance. Of course, you lose a little bit of, I guess, control over your pencil, but with practice, you can get a lot better. And if you really do need to draw things that are really detailed and very light, you can hold it a little bit in the front, but you have to be really, really cautious not to press down on the paper. And it should erase just fine. You can still see a little here and there, but with practice, you'll make it perfect. So here are a bunch of geometry tools, and I'm going to explain to you what these are. So of course you have your 18-inch metal ruler. Sometimes I also have a small ruler. This is actually a scale. That's a different story, used for engineering and architecture, but it has a 6-inch side that I use to draw small things. You have a triangle that comes in a 45-degree and a 60-degree angle so that you can easily make those angled lines. And then you can also do a 90-degree angle very easily using these triangles. The next thing I have is a protractor. So if you want anything other than 90 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, or 45 degrees, this will give you any kind of angle imaginable. And it comes in a half moon or a full circle like this, and it doesn't matter which one you have, they both work great. You have a compass that helps you make circles. It has a lead part and a pointy metal part, but sometimes you can get the ones that will actually hold a pen or a pencil on one side, and those are really great as well. And then you have a flexible curve to help you draw beautiful curved lines without any kinks in it. And it has like a little metal thing going through, and it also has measurements in centimeters and in inches if that's what you need. And then you also have a set of French curves, and it's like a set of 9 or 11, and you'll see that they have curves of any imaginable size and curve and shape.